Deep in the shivering woods lived a wolf named Prowl. His tummy was as empty as a hollow log, and his growls were louder than the wind in the trees. He spent his days searching for a snack, but everything in the forest was too fast or too clever for him. As the sun began to set, Prowl followed the smell of wood smoke to a cozy little cottage on the edge of the village. He crept up to the side of the house and pressed his furry ear against the wooden planks. Inside, he heard a loud, fussy noise. Inside the cottage, a little boy named Bram was having a very grumpy evening. He didn't want to eat his soup, and he didn't want to put on his pajamas. His mother, Alara, was trying her best to keep him quiet, but Bram just kept on wailing. Alara sighed and looked toward the heavy wooden door. "Bram," she said firmly, "if you do not stop that crying this instant, I am going to open that door and give you to the wolf who lives in the woods." Outside, Prowl's eyes went wide. He couldn't believe his luck. A whole dinner, delivered right to the door? He whispered to himself. He sat down on the porch and licked his chops, waiting for the door to swing open. The moon rose high in the sky, casting long shadows over the snow. Prowl waited and waited. He was very cold, and his paws were getting frosty, but he didn't want to move. He was sure that any minute now, the mother would keep her word. Inside, Bram had finally grown tired. He let Alara tuck him into his soft, warm bed. He was no longer grumpy, and Alara wasn't frustrated anymore. She leaned over and kissed his forehead, whispering how much she loved him. Prowl crept up to the window to see what was happening. He heard Alara speak again. "Sleep tight, little one," she said. "If that old wolf ever comes near our house, your father will chase him away, and the dogs will nip at his heels." Suddenly, the front gate creaked. A tall man named Garrett walked into the yard, carrying a bright lantern. Beside him was a very large, very grumpy dog named Muzzle. Muzzle sniffed the air and let out a low, rumbling growl. Prowl didn't wait a second longer. He realized that the mother's words had changed, and he had been foolish to wait. He turned and bolted into the dark woods as fast as his tired legs could carry him, with Muzzle barking loudly behind him. Prowl finally stopped running when he reached his den. He was still hungry, but he was much wiser. He curled up and realized that people don't always mean exactly what they say. From that day on, he never believed everything he heard.